What language did you all use in school before? Malay, English, Mandarin, or Tamil? Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, my name is Mohamad Farizuan bin ABDUL GHANI. For today, I would like to talk about Malay language as a first language in the schools. The national language issue is still one of the main topic of discussion even though we are celebrating the 64th anniversary of independence. There is no doubt that the Malay language is the language of instruction in the education sector in Malaysia. Teaching and learning in the medium of the Malay language will not threaten the student at the tertiary level to master various branches of science with goods. It can be seen through the goals set by the ministry in the curriculum of all schools. The standard Malay language curriculum is built on 6 pillars: communication, spirituality, altitude and value, humanity, science and technology, literacy, physical aesthetic and skills. The 6 pillars support each other and are integrated with critical, creative and innovative thinking. However, I'm sad with some Malaysian students who take the Malay language for granted. It is a shame when a Malay cannot speak proper Malay language. Born a Malay or even Malaysian should be taken as an opportunity to talk to Malay grammatically. The bonus is our education system support the English language among the students. We learn English from as young as 5 years old and we know Malay language from the time we can talk. So, the expectation is we have to be able to speak and write both language well. So here, I want to tell everyone about the importance of Malay as the first language in schools. As we have all noticed, the Malay language is essential for us as multiracial Malaysians. Therefore, we need to know the dark side or bad effect of not speaking Malay in school. I will begin it by telling why not knowing Malay language is bad. Many people take it easy or consider it's unimportant about this conversation in the Malay language without thinking about what will happen to the next generation if it continues to ignore its importance for them as a Malaysian. In schools, students who ignore the importance of Malay language will experience learning difficulties. As we know, our country has various races such as Malays, Chinese, Indians, and many more. So, the problem of Malay language proficiency will affect the social interaction of students of various races because they are not skilled or not very applied to the use of the Malay language in daily life. Students who are not proficient in Malay will rarely interact or communicate with other students of a different race because they are more comfortable with friends of the same race only using their language instead of Malay. Therefore, when in schools, if the teacher randomly puts these students in group for discussion, they find it quite difficult to give ideas to each other. Thus, they only expect some skilled students to do it because they do not understand the teacher's instructions. Next, vernacular schools in Malaysia are also a significant contributor to the bad effect of not being good at the Malay language. It can be proven based on a report from Language Vitality of Malaysia Language and its relation to identity written by Jose Ying, Chan Sui Han and Aina Zima Abdullah in June 2015. The study showed that 35.6% of students from national type Tamil schools and 55.6% of students from national type Chinese schools choose the Malay language as the language they do not like to speak. The number of students is incredibly high, which is very worrying. This issue must be taken seriously because if it continues to be ignored, future generation will continue not know how to speak Malay and be seen as cynical by foreign countries. After all, Malaysians themselves are not good at speaking Malay. Students who are smart and who can master the Malay language will have no problem in interpersonal communication with others who are culturally different from them. Still, for the students who are not proficient in Malay, it won't be easy to be sensitive to the sensitiveness of other cultures. In intercultural communication, there are sometimes errors in interpreting meanings. It can lead to unwanted things like racial issue. It can also affect difficulty applying the values of language decency among students of various races. I'm pretty sure that you can all get an idea of the bad effect of not knowing the Malay language in school. But you all might ask me, don't we have to learn other language as well that because we have multiple races? Let me tell you. The national language is a symbol of national sovereignty and national identity. National identity needs to be strengthened and nurtured from an early age, and it has to do with a sense of pride and love for the national language and the country. We face the challenge of strengthening national identity in the new era of Malaysia in 21st century, including the era of globalization and science and technology, increasing unity and the importance of the English language. According to the New Straits Times article, the Malaysians should appreciate the national language, written by Dr. Siti Suryani Osman in January 2015. In China, 10 universities are teaching the Malay language through the introduction of the Malay Studies Department since 1961. It is sad to see when foreigners who are strange to the Malay language can appreciate it, while we born and living in an environment that supports the language ignore it. We should start making efforts to learn the language to improve our competency so that we can appreciate and speak it. Malaysians should take this challenge to be good in both Malay and English. Competency in both languages allow us to communicate effectively, suggesting efficient and confident Malaysian. You can see that the Malay language or the national language is crucial for us as Malaysian. Now, let's see the benefits if the Malay language is a priority in our country, especially at the school level. There is no lose if we uphold the national language. The Malay language has been used as the primary medium of instruction to standardize the education system in schools and institutions of higher learning in Malaysia. It is to prevent interracial disputes such as the event of 30 May 1969 from happening again. It is because Malaysia has a society that consists of various races. Therefore, the use of the Malay language has helped to unite the multiracial races in Malaysia. Many successful scholars and administrators were born through Malay as the medium of instructions. The Malay language has been used as the primary medium of instruction to standardize the education system in schools and institutions of higher learning in Malaysia. In addition, the benefits of dignifying the Malay language is to produce the students who love their own country. It is because the attitude of love for the country is one of the most critical attitudes in every country resident and needs to be shaped in society from an early age. Thus, this patriotic attitude lingers in them until the end of life. A Malay proverb says, to be bent to the bamboo, let it be from the shorts. Suppose the community has been educated on the importance of dignifying the Malay language and loving the country since schools. In that case, indeed, things that will degrade Malay in the eyes of the world will not be done. In conclusions, as you can see, ignoring the Malay language at the school level will negatively affect students and future generations. We should not underestimate things that involve the country, because if we do not do it ourselves as Malaysians, who else will do it? Change your mind, love our national language. Never ignore it unless you are prepared to face the consequences. If schools continue to play the role of the Malay language as the primary medium of instruction to standardize the education system in schools and institutions of higher learning in Malaysia, the Malay language will not disappear in the world. That's all from me. Thank you.